Ever felt like the entire world of investing is one giant puzzle you just can't solve? Stick around, because in the next 10 to 12 minutes, you'll discover exactly which 5 pieces fit your personal wealth-building strategy in 2025. Take a quick moment right now to imagine where you'd like your finances to be 1 year from today. Do you picture yourself checking your investment account and seeing steady growth? Actual proof that you took control of your money? If you feel that spark of excitement, that's exactly what we aim to create here at Secure Wealth. We take the seemingly complicated realm of finance and break it down into simple, actionable steps so anyone, yes, anyone, can start investing with confidence. Now, you might be thinking, is it really a good time to invest with so much uncertainty around? That's a valid question. News headlines buzz with talk of market swings, inflation pressures, and global events that seem to turn everything upside down. But here's a nugget of wisdom. Opportunities often emerge in uncertain times. Throughout history, the people who acted decisively, rather than waiting for perfect conditions, have been the ones most likely to reap the biggest rewards. Let me share a personal story that illustrates this point. I have a close friend who spent years on the sidelines, constantly second-guessing every move. He would spend weeks researching a stock or a fund, only to see a new negative headline and bail on the idea entirely. Meanwhile, despite the bumps and drops, the market in general kept trending upward. By the time he finally bought in, he'd missed out on some significant gains. And the regret he felt, that "I wish I had just started sooner" feeling, was more painful than any risk he'd originally feared. That's why there's no better time to start than now, even if you begin with a small amount. Think of investing like planting a tree. If you water and nurture it, you'll eventually sit in the shade of its success. It's not about trying to time the market with perfection. It's about giving your money enough time to grow. So let's get into the heart of today's conversation, which is all about 5 beginner-friendly investment avenues you should keep an eye on in 2025. First, let's talk about index funds. They might not sound glamorous, but they're often the easiest way to get your feet wet. Imagine buying a single fund that automatically spreads your money across hundreds of companies. When you invest in something like an S&P 500 index fund, you're buying tiny pieces of the 500 most influential companies in the market. You don't need to research each one individually, and you don't have to stress over picking winners and avoiding losers. It's a very set it and forget it approach. Because the fund is broadly diversified, it tends to smooth out wild swings. When some stocks go down, others may go up, keeping your overall investment more stable. And over the years, index funds have historically delivered steady growth that can help your money build a solid foundation. Next, there are dividend-paying stocks. Now think about how cool it would be to get paid simply for holding on to a company's shares. That's the magic of dividends. Some well-known businesses send out a portion of their profits to shareholders on a regular basis. You might see a payment rolling in every quarter, and if you choose to reinvest that money back into more shares, you trigger the power of compounding. Over time, those little payments can snowball. Imagine a drip turning into a stream that eventually becomes a river. Of course, not all dividend stocks are created equal, so you'll want to pick companies with solid track records. But done right, dividend investing can offer both income and potential growth in share value. Now let's shift gears to something that gets a lot of attention: cryptocurrencies. Yes, the wild child of the investing world. They can skyrocket one week and tumble the next. But despite the volatility, crypto seems to be woven into the future of finance. Blockchain technology is finding real-world applications in everything from banking to digital art, and that's unlikely to disappear anytime soon. If you choose to invest here, start small. Crypto is high risk, so never put in more than you're comfortable losing. The appeal is that a small stake in the right coin can lead to outsized returns, if the timing and project fundamentals align. Research is your best friend in this space. Look up the project's team, its use cases, and its community support. That way, you'll be less likely to invest purely on hype. For a more traditional angle, consider real estate investment trusts, often called REITs. Think of these as an easy way to gain exposure to real estate without the headaches of actually buying and managing property. When you buy shares in a REIT, your money goes into a pool that invests in income-producing properties. apartment complexes, office buildings, shopping centers, or even data centers. As these properties generate rental income, a portion of that profit gets passed on to you as dividends. You get the benefit of regular payments and potential price appreciation without dealing with broken toilets, late rent checks, or property taxes. It's a relatively hands-off approach to real estate. And in 2025, with shifting work and living patterns, certain segments of the real estate market could be very interesting to watch. Before I reveal the final piece of our 5-part puzzle, let's pause. Take a moment to reflect on your own goals. Maybe you dream of retiring early, traveling the world, or simply having enough flexibility to pursue hobbies without financial stress. Visualizing those dreams can create the motivation to actually invest, rather than just keep pushing it off. That clarity gives you a reason to power through the initial learning curve. So what's the last investment? It's you. Yes, you heard that right. Investing in yourself often yields greater returns than any stock, fund, or property ever could. Think about learning new skills, whether that's coding, marketing, leadership, or public speaking. Imagine taking an online course or attending workshops that sharpen your expertise. When your skill set grows, so does your earning potential, and that can funnel back into your portfolio over time. Plus, nobody can take away what's in your head. Even if the market crashes, the knowledge and abilities you've gained remain yours to leverage in any situation. Now that you know the 5 avenues, index funds, dividend stocks, cryptocurrencies, REITs, and personal growth, you might be wondering how to begin. Let's break it down into some practical steps. Start by setting clear financial goals. Seriously, sit down with a notebook or open a notes app on your phone and define what you want to achieve. Are you saving up for a down payment on a house? Looking to retire at 50? Funding your kids' education? When you have a target in mind, it's much easier to work backward and figure out how much you need to invest and for how long. Then, take a close look at your budget. Track how much you earn, how much you spend, and where you can free up extra cash for investing. You might be surprised by how much you can save by cutting out small, unnecessary expenses. Even $50 or $100 a month can make a difference when compounded over many years. Once you've got an amount in mind, research platforms that match your comfort level. If you're all about automation, look for user-friendly apps with features like automatic investing, fractional shares, or dividend reinvestment. If you want more control, you might choose a full-service brokerage. Either way, make sure you understand the fees, because high fees can eat into your returns over time. As you start investing, remember the importance of diversification. It's tempting to put all your money into a hot stock or the latest crypto coin that everyone's talking about. But spreading your investments across different asset classes is like giving yourself a safety net. If one area tanks, your whole portfolio doesn't go down with it. Now, a word on monitoring your investments. You don't have to watch the market every day or obsess over every price fluctuation. In fact, that might just stress you out and lead to knee-jerk reactions. Set a schedule. Maybe check in once a month or once a quarter. Look at your overall portfolio, see if anything needs rebalancing, and decide if you want to keep adding to certain positions. Investing is a marathon, not a sprint, and patience often pays off more than frantic buying or selling. It's normal to feel a bit of anxiety about taking the first step, especially if you've never invested before. But here's some reassurance. Every single successful investor started in your shoes, unsure, maybe a little scared, and full of questions. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't often boils down to consistent action. Even small, steady steps can create big changes over time. Picture yourself 1 year from now finally seeing that slow, steady rise in your investment account. Imagine that sense of accomplishment, that shift in mindset as you move from feeling like a financial novice to someone who's actually in control of their future. It's a powerful feeling, and it's worth every moment of effort you invest today. Let's recap briefly. We've got index funds for broad, stable market exposure. We've got dividend stocks for a steady, potentially growing stream of income. We've got cryptocurrencies, handling them wisely for a taste of high-risk, high-reward innovation. We've got real estate investment trusts for property exposure without the landlord headaches. And finally, we've got the ultimate investment: you, your skills, and your personal development. Any one of these can be a good starting point, or you can combine them for a more robust strategy. If this video has given you more confidence about where to begin, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to hit that like button. That small action helps more people discover these tips, and it also encourages us to keep sharing more straightforward ways to grow your money. If you've got questions or personal experiences to share, leave a comment. Community input can be incredibly valuable, and we can all learn from each other's journeys. Remember, you don't need thousands of dollars or a degree in finance to start investing. You just need a willingness to learn and the resolve to begin, even if it's with a small amount each month. Don't let the fear of making mistakes stop you. Mistakes are part of the learning process, and they can guide you to better decisions in the future. So there you have it. 5 solid investment ideas to get you started in 2025, and some practical steps to help you put those ideas into action. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, stay bold, stay curious, and keep chasing those wealth-building dreams. You've got this.